a little change of plans this morning. We got an emergency call to go look at a Bobcat that is only clicking when you hit the key. So maybe voltage issue, starter issue, connection. But they need a machine running. They got somebody coming to pick it up in a few hours. So we're kind of a little bit on a time crunch. So we're on our way out there right now. And as soon as that gets wrapped up, then I'll be going back to the Duramax, and hopefully we can finish that up today. So off we go. All right, here we are. Here's the Bobcat. So let's hop in it. Let's just see what it does.
All right, Steve, right before we get to sports talk, you had a couple of more suggestions.
Let's see here. Ooh. Here's some clicking down on my foot here. Okay. Let's go back to the starter. Let's just take a look what we got going back there. Alright, we're back here at the machine, and I'll take a look at everything real quick. It looks like they have a battery charger on it. This cable's a little loose. Alright. That one don't seem too bad. Let's take a look here at the starter. And the rubber here looks pretty melted. So I just want to touch its cable here. And we get some movement, but we're getting movement out of the whole bolt going to the starter as well. So hopefully this solenoid here isn't tore up. Usually when it gets melted like this is a heat issue, and that's from corrosion or just being loose. So I think because it did try to start for a quick second. Here's our grounds here. I think I'm just gonna tighten up take this ground off, clean up this post, put the ground back on, and see what happens. I'll go from there. They've had a battery charger on it before I got here, so and the battery's from brand new, so I don't think it's a voltage issue, at least battery wise. So let's do this first and see where that gets us. Ooh, that's not good. It's turning, even though I'm holding the cables. Try to go the other way. There we go. Oh yeah, it's nice and nasty in there. All right. Oh, see, that's going to be a problem right there. On the back side of this. Look at that. So that must have been loose or high amperage, and it's just burnt through the backside of it. So probably gonna have to take this up to our local starter shop. Have them put a new solenoid on it, test it. It's probably the course of action we're going to take here. So I'm going to pop this off real quick. Alright, last one, and it should. There it is. Beautiful. Gotta like when they're easy to get to. Some of these can be a real pain. Oh, a little dirt or grease in there. Alright, let's go see what we find with this. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. The local starter place does not have the parts today for the bat starter. What we do have is another machine on the property that we're going to borrow a starter from because it's got to go in like 2 hours. So we're going to pop this starter on, like I said, get these connections cleaned up, get the battery cleaned up, and I think we'll be in good shape. So let's pop this on real quick. It's important whenever you do any kind of starter or anything with these posts like this, not to over torque them. That just zips your fingers. Alright, nice and snug. Alright, I should probably get the cover on. Take a wire brush and clean these connections up here. we gotta do is clean up this negative now. Right, positive cable out of here. There we go. Battery snugged up. All right, we got our back together. Let's see if it worked out. Probably wait for the glow plugs. But it turns over, so no reason why it shouldn't start. Oh, she's a little grumpy. Yes, you are cold. Well, there it is. It's up and running. Well, that turned out to be a nice, quick, easy one, which is good because I still have that Duramax to finish up today. Also, I forgot my wallet this morning, so I'm kind of hungry. Go get breakfast. I'm gonna go do that. Then we'll do the Duramax. But on the way, I have to drop the starter off at the shop so it can get rebuilt, so he can get his other machine back up and running. So, but hey, everything worked out, so it's a good start to the morning. All right, back here at the Duramax. Now, I've went ahead and popped the lower valve cover and upper valve cover on this thing. Torqued it down and everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blow out all the injector holes and fuel rail holes and such, and re-o-ring the injectors. We'll get those installed, the fuel lines back on to seal that system up, and then we got to spin it over and all right, we got everything pretty much back together. There's a few things that I didn't put back together. I just want to see if we have any leaks or anything. This truck does have an air dog, so I don't have to push the primer on the fuel filter housing. Just kind of let the air dog run a little bit. It is low in the tank, so we'll see what happens here. But like I said, we just want to fire up, see if it's any leaks, see how it runs. Hopefully it runs good. You know, so sounds good rolling over. It's running. Looking for leaks. Already you can tell that the popping noise is gone. Seems to be idling pretty smooth. No smoke out the tailpipe, so just give it a little bit of run time, but I think we're going to call this one probably a win. We'll know more when we drive down the road, let it get up to 10. Well, it's running nice and smooth, no lights, good oil pressure, put under a little load, and it seems to be doing great. So we're gonna head back to the shop and saddle up on this one, and I'll be ready for my next.